Before you comment on today's video, I want you to really ask yourself and be honest. Have you ever stayed in that gym a couple sets longer than you should have just because a pretty girl is in there training? Think about that before you actually get into the video, because I got asked a question on Instagram and I thought it was kind of funny and I thought it'd be nice and lighthearted to whack on here. Because if I'm being truthfully honest, I have been lately feeling and reminiscing over the old days of YouTube where I would answer and talk about various topics as long as it was somewhat fitness related rather than just tips and just full day of eatings, which is why I have been mixing things up. And today, this question came across my desk and I thought it'd be interesting. And for my women followers that are actually here that do go to the gym, please comment down below because you guys will have the best insight into what you would class as, I guess, a gym creep. So yeah, stay silent. So don't stay silent. So actually give your view on it, even if you're against the view that I say in the video. But yeah, without further ado, the question is, random Q bro, me and my friend was having a debate about the gym. It was basically about whether doing extra workout sets because a nice girl is nearby, whether that makes you a gym creep or not. I won't bias you and say which side I was on, but I'm interested to know. PS, I like the new YouTube content. Hopefully it pays off. Me too, bro. But as for the actual topic of the video, so what makes you a gym creep? Does doing an extra few sets because someone attractive is in the gym, is it a bad thing? Does that make you a creep? Personally, I am going to say no. Because I can be honest, at least by myself, that there's definitely been a few times, not even a few, it's been more than a few times, for being legit. Over the time I've been in the gym, like the last 12 years, there's definitely times I've done an extra few sets because a very attractive girl is in the vicinity. And I would personally say that nearly every dude that's gone to the gym at some point has done this. You grow out of it in time, but it definitely is something that can happen and it definitely has happened to me. And I'm pretty sure it's happened to some of you guys out there. Comment down below. And I would even go so far to say that it happens to women too. Women, well, if they find someone attractive, they do that eyeball fucking thing on the low, but it's less creepy when a girl does it. So I kind of feel like there's probably women that have probably stayed in there a little bit longer because someone they're attractive was nearby, whether it's a gym or even out in public. So I don't think it's outrageous to say that.
Guys, I just saw the finest man here at the gym, and I think I'm gonna go up to him and go shoot my shot because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, so here goes nothing.
Now, the problem comes into play is how you're doing it. For example, what I'm saying isn't bad is if, like, say you're on the chest press machine and a pretty girl starts training, I don't know about there, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a couple extra sets, not specifically to try and impress her with the weights, but just because you're like, damn, she's kind of attractive, and you just mentally, you just don't want to leave yet. I don't think that's terrible. Now, if you're that person that's there staring, drooling, and basically doing way too much, that is when I say the line has been crossed, but does make you a gym creep. Or if you get to the point where instead of 2 extra sets, you've been on that machine, or personally changing your whole routine to try and stay around the person, at that point there, you have crossed the line of like a normal guy or girl that finds someone attractive. Because, well, if you're moving like this is you in the gym, you're meant to be doing a workout and you're just there drooling, just staring at them, especially while they're doing actual movements like, I don't know, hip thrusts, squats, just movements that you probably shouldn't be glancing at in period. Like if you're on that level of timing, then yeah, you're definitely weird. But let's be real, when it comes to humans in general, it's okay when you find someone attractive to casually glance their way, because it's almost like without thinking, it's just like second nature. It happens when you're out in the wild, it happens in general. If you didn't do this, you would never find anyone attractive and you'd probably end up dying alone, or you'd have to resort to simply always using something like Tinder. You'll never meet someone in real life. So I wouldn't say that it makes you a creep off the bat, but I am open to any women down below commenting otherwise, because I know some will literally say, don't even look my way when I go in the gym. But from my friends' experience that are women, they've actually been honest themselves and called them on it. They have said it depends on what the guy looks like. And I did say that is fairly unfair because no guy knows whether he's your type. You know what I mean? No normal guy anyway. Like if you're like one of those exceptionally, like, I don't know, Mike Thurston, pretty boy type people, chances are you got a high chance that the girl may like you. But if you're just a normal guy, you just may not be that girl's type, or maybe you could be, but you would never know. And it's up to her to decide. So if she doesn't like you, you may come off as creepy, but if she finds you attractive, she may return the glances. So that is where I think the gray area becomes a little bit too sticky. But in general, when it comes to the gym creep phenomenon, I really think it comes down to 1, the expression on your face. 2, I'll admit, it does come down to what you potentially look like. If you look kind of creepy by movie or stereotype standards, that's not going to play in your favor. If you have long, greasy hair, bunch of spots and glasses, this is just the stereotypes of what a woman may think of as a creep, then it's going to make it a little bit more odd. Whereas if you're someone really, really good looking, chances are you may be less creepy. But even that being said, if you're someone really good looking but still does the things like consistently staring at them while they're in the gym, you're purposely maneuvering your training routine to almost follow them around the gym. So for example, they go to that machine over there, your next routine happens to be the one that's opposite them. So you're constantly like near them, then you are cooked. Like you are definitely on the vibe of you're a bit odd. But in saying that, to end this out, I'm going to tell you a funny story that actually happened to me as well, my experience that basically mirrors that. Also, while you're here, please do me a favor and hit the video with a thumbs up. Perfect. It means nothing to you, but it helps me out a lot. Anyways, carry on with the video. So I happened to go to the gym. This is about 5-6 years ago. So basically, I went to the gym and there was a girl in the gym she was nice. And she had a absolute and if my girl was there with me, she would have pointed out to me as well and said the same. She had the extra thick. She was very, very attractive and she knew it. You can always tell when a girl knows they're attractive. You can tell by the gym fit and you can just tell. Everyone knows. Girls know, guys know. But anyway, she was in the gym doing the traditional things to like grow glutes, like hip thrusts, squats, Bulgarian split squats and all that stuff. And I walked in the gym and this day I was like, before I even got in the gym, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to mix things up today. I'm going to start today doing the devil's bike because I never use the devil's bike. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try the devil's bike. That's what I want to start off with. And I wanted to do a whole different kind of routine just because it was a sunny day. And when it's sunny, I do like doing things that make me sweat and do different stuff. So I go into the area where I'm going to do it. And it just so happens the one devil bike we have in this gym is right behind her on the squat rack doing squats. And I was like, damn it. Because there's a whole bunch of squat racks, but there's only one devil's rack. And I was like, should I even bother using the machine? Because it's going to look like I've done it just to stand behind it. Or I don't want her to think that, at least. And I was like, oh, maybe I should just do something else. But at the same point, I was like, but I really wanted to do this machine. I don't want to come back and do it because I wanted to start my warm-up. So in the end, I used the machine. I just made sure that my eyes were basically everywhere but the place that, you know, most your eyes are going to naturally be drawn to. And then I go into the second exercise. Just so happens that as I'm walking to it, she walks onto another machine that's almost opposite. And I'm like, no. But I reached the machine first. So I was like, I'm safe now. Then the third exercise I went on to, she happened to already be in front of that machine. I was like, okay, it's starting to look odd. That's 3 for 3. We've been near each other. One of them I can kind of get away with because I got there about 40 seconds first. So I'm safe there. But the third one, I was like, damn it. So then I go on to the fourth exercise. And at this point now, she's already set up and doing, I think it was the hip thrust. And at this point now, I was like, okay, I've got to change my routine up now because even though in reality, I'm not actually following around the gym, I am thoroughly aware of the implications of what it could potentially seem like. And I don't want to be that guy described in their group chat as a creep potentially following around the gym because nobody wants that label in the gym when it's not truly true. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change my routine up on purpose. And I basically, the rest of the day, I think I had 2 more exercises left. I purposely went upstairs, did pull-ups, and then I think I did abs and cardio and left. And I purposely changed my routine at the end because I know the perception. Because it was looking kind of shifty, I can't even lie. If she said it, I couldn't even be mad at it because I can see how it's too much coincidence now. 1 exercise, 2 exercises, 3 exercises, and now 4. It was looking kind of crazy. And I know in hearing that story, some of you are probably going to say, yeah, but if you weren't following it, you shouldn't have to change your routine. And technically, on a logical level, technically you're right. However, it's no different, and I'm pretty sure many dudes out there do this as well. When you're walking down the street at night and it happens to be a girl in front of you, you know you're not going to attack that person. However, even if it's the most optimal route for you to be on that side of the road, many of us will often cross the road just because we know that she may feel a little bit uneasy with a guy walking behind her when it's like dark late at night. So you're purposely giving that extra breathing room so she kind of feels more safe. I kind of put it in that ballpark. I don't want someone to perceive me that way, so I'm giving them that extra breathing room. On that point, let me know if you do that. Like, I don't think I'm the alone in that. I feel like many men do that, but I could be wrong. But I feel like it's common. Now, as for this question, I don't know which side you are on, but if you're on the side of this makes you a creep, I would say no. A couple extra sets because someone attracts around, as long as you're not drooling over them, saying mad comments, or eyeball fucking them, I think you are perfectly fine and within your rights. She just, you know, a little kind of, damn, she's kind of nice, and just carry on with your set. I think that's fine. It's 2025, so maybe some people say otherwise, but I feel like we're getting a bit too politically correct. We're getting a bit too there's a better word for it. I'm going to say like pussyfied, but that's not the good word to use. We're getting too timid when it comes to normal daily interactions and forgetting about human nature. It's like people that say you're meant to ask permission now before you kiss someone for the first kiss. To me, that sounds baffling. I can't imagine anything worse than being on a date with someone and about to kiss them, but then pausing and saying, do I have your permission to kiss you? That's nothing more than a mood killer. But with that being said, please, people, let me know your thoughts down below. Interesting to know, because I've been at the game for a minute, so maybe things are different, but I thought it was a nice lighthearted conversation and I want to get back to doing these more. So please comment down below your thoughts. And if you like the video, please thumbs up and subscribe.